Late nights, just us. You were my vibe. It's 12 a.m., and I'm sprawled on my bedroom floor, hoodie drowning me like it's the only thing keeping my heart from spilling out. The lo-fi playlist hums through my earbuds, a slow beat with a synth that feels like it's trying to hold me together. My room's a void. Fairy lights unplugged, blinds shut, just the dim glow of my phone screen at 15%. Battery warning blinking like it knows I'm running on empty. I can't move. Not when all I can think about is those late nights, just us, when you were my vibe, when your voice was the only thing that made the dark feel safe. I'm fine, I tell myself. I'm always fine. But the truth is, I'm not. And your ghost is still here, whispering through every lo-fi chord. It was spring last year, April or May, when we stumbled into each other's orbit. Not some epic meet-cute, just a random night at a friend's kickback, the kind where the music's too loud and everyone's faking it. I was in the corner, sipping a lukewarm soda, scrolling my phone to avoid looking lost. You were by the kitchen, laughing with this energy that cut through the noise. Hoodie oversized, grin unstoppable. I didn't think you'd notice me. Just another quiet kid in a room full of chaos. But around 11 p.m., when the vibe was dying, you slid onto the couch next to me. Said, "Yo, this party's mid. You feeling it?" I laughed, more out of shock than anything, and that was it. We started talking, and the world faded away. By midnight, it was just us. The living room half empty, red cups scattered like forgotten promises. You pulled out your phone, played this lo-fi playlist you called After Hours Glow. And it was like the air got softer, like the night was ours. We talked about nothing. Your love for old-school Pokemon cards, my secret obsession with 80s synthwave. Then it got real. You told me how you felt like you were always performing, like nobody saw the real you. I admitted I was scared of being nobody, of fading into the background. You didn't judge, didn't try to fix it. You just looked at me, eyes steady, and said, "I get it." And for the first time in forever, I felt like someone did. We swapped numbers that night, and you texted me before I even got home. A link to the playlist with a "for when you need a vibe." I played it on my walk, streets silent, the lo-fi beats wrapping around me like your voice. After that, late nights became our thing. Not planned, just natural. You'd hit me up? You up? And I'd reply, always, and we'd talk till the stars gave up. Texts, voice notes, sometimes a FaceTime that lasted till we were both slurring from sleep. You'd send me rants about your day, your voice all warm and messy, and I'd fire back dumb TikToks that only hit at 2 a.m. It was easy, like you were the one person I didn't have to try for, the one who made the night feel like it belonged to us. I keep thinking about one night, a few weeks later, when we stayed up till the sky turned purple. It was May, I think, and we were on FaceTime. You in your room with posters peeling off the walls, me in mine with fairy lights flickering. You were eating cereal from a mug, spilling half of it, and I was laughing so hard I couldn't breathe. You told me about your cousin, how they'd prank you with fake spiders as a kid. I told you about my sister, how she'd steal my hoodies but cry if I got mad. We didn't solve the world's problems, didn't need to. It was enough to just be there, to share the quiet, to know you'd still be you when the call ended. You were my vibe, my late-night anchor, the one who made me feel like I mattered. I open my phone now, even though it's a bad idea. I scrolled to that playlist. After Hours Glow, still saved. 60 tracks of lo-fi and chill-hop that scream you. I don't play it. It'd hurt too much, like stepping on glass. Instead, I pull up our old texts from those spring nights when your name was always lighting up my screen. There's one from May 3rd, 1:09 a.m. Yo, I'm glad. We're vibing. You make these nights legit. I replied, same. You're kinda chill. But what I wanted to say was, you're my safe place. Don't ever leave. I didn't. I was too scared, too caught up in the ease of us to risk it. I'm numb, or at least I'm trying to be. It's not the sharp pain of when you left. Not yet. It's this dull, heavy fog, like my heart's too tired to feel anything else. I keep replaying those late nights, trying to figure out when they stopped being enough for you. Was it something I said? Something I didn't say? I'd send you a playlist and you'd reply with a dope and a fist bump emoji. I'd text you at midnight and you'd be there, ready to talk about nothing or everything. I thought we were unbreakable. Thought you were my vibe forever. But forever's a myth. And now I'm here, alone with nothing but your playlist and a phone that's silent. I type a text, thumbs shaking over the screen. Do you ever think about those late nights? When it was just us? I stare at it, the words glowing like a truth I can't handle. I imagine your phone buzzing. You half asleep, seeing my name and swiping it away. You wouldn't reply. You haven't in months. I delete it like I always do. It's safer than hoping. Safer than knowing you've moved on while I'm still stuck in a spring that doesn't exist anymore. I think about the last time we talked. Not those early nights, but later when things were slipping. It was fall, at a diner with sticky tables and bad coffee. You were distracted, scrolling your phone, barely looking at me. I tried to bring up the old days, said, "Remember when we'd stay up till 3 a.m.? You nodded, said, "Yeah, that was fun," and changed the subject. I sat there, coffee cold, feeling you fade even though you were right there. I should have known then. I should have seen you were already leaving. I pull my hoodie strings tight, like I can shut out the memories. The lo-fi track shifts, but it's just noise now. No match for the ache of you. I wonder if you still listen to that playlist, if After Hours Glow ever makes you think of me. Do you remember those nights when we were just us? When you were my vibe? Or was it just another moment for you? Just another friend you've forgotten? I hate that I care. I hate that I'm still here, on my floor, chasing the ghost of a vibe that's gone. I open my notes app because it's the only place I can be honest. I write, late nights, just us. You were my vibe. Your voice was my home. Your texts my light. Now it's midnight, and I'm alone and I don't know how to vibe without you. I don't save it. I delete it like everything else. I don't want to feel this. I don't want to miss the way you made midnight feel like forever. But I do. I miss it so much it's like a bruise I keep pressing, just to see if it still hurts. It does every time. The clock says 1 a.m. The world's asleep, but I'm still here, stuck in the dark, stuck in a spring where you were my vibe. I tell myself I'm fine. I'm always fine. But the truth is, I'm not. I'm just a kid in a hoodie, heart heavy with late night vibes, trying to figure out how to live in a world where you're not my everything anymore. And the worst part? I don't know if I'll ever stop missing you. Even when you're just a memory. Your smile stole me. I fell in the quiet. It's 1 a.m., and I'm still awake, curled up on my bedroom floor, hoodie knotted around me like it's trying to keep my heart from breaking again. The lo-fi playlist hums through my earbuds, a soft track with a piano that feels like it's tiptoeing around my pain. My room's a shadow. Fairy lights still unplugged, blinds sealed, just the fading glow of my phone screen at 10%. Battery warning pulsing like my own heartbeat. I can't move, not when all I can think about is your smile. How it stole me in the quiet. How I fell for you without meaning to. How I'm still falling even now that you're gone. I'm fine, I tell myself. I'm always fine. But the truth is, I'm not. And your smile is a ghost that lights up the dark I'm drowning in. It was summer last year, July or August, when I realized I was in love with you. We'd been friends since spring, vibing at midnight, sharing playlists and secrets like they were ours to keep. But somewhere in the sticky heat of summer, it changed. It wasn't loud or obvious, no big declarations or stolen kisses. It was your smile. Warm, crooked, like it knew something the rest of the world didn't. It caught me in the quiet moments, when we were just being, and my heart fell without asking. without warning, stitching itself to every curve of your lips. I keep thinking about one night, late July, when we were at your place, sprawled on your bed because the floor was covered in laundry you hadn't done. We were watching TikToks on your phone, passing it back and forth, laughing at dumb dance challenges. You showed me one, some guy failing a lip sync, and you smiled. God, that smile. It was soft, unguarded, your eyes crinkling at the corners, and it hit me like a wave. I stopped laughing, just stared, my chest tight with something I couldn't name. You noticed? Nudged me, said, "Yo, you good?" I nodded, mumbled, "Yeah, just zoned out." But inside I was screaming, "I love you. I love your smile." I didn't say it. I just passed the phone back. Let your smile pull me deeper. We were always together that summer, and your smile was everywhere. In your car, when we'd drive to get slushies and you'd grin at my bad singing. At the park, when we'd toss a frisbee and you'd smile every time I missed, never making me feel dumb. On your couch, when we'd binge some Netflix show and you'd smirk at my theories about the plot. Your smile was my safe place, my signal that I was okay, that I was enough. It wasn't loud or showy. It was quiet, like it was just for me. And I fell in it, in you, without ever meaning to. My heart didn't ask if it was safe. It just did it, and I was too caught up to stop. I open my phone now, even though it's a bad move. I scroll to our old texts from those summer nights when your smile was still mine to see. There's one from August 2nd, 11:56 p.m. "Bro, I'm still laughing from that slushy spill. You looked so mad, lol." You sent a selfie, mid-smile, blue slushy, staining your shirt. And I replied, "Yo, you're a mess. I'm innocent." But what I wanted to say was, your smile's my favorite thing. Don't ever stop. I didn't. I kept it locked inside, scared to ruin the vibe, scared to lose the you I'd found in those quiet moments. We'd text all the time back then, your messages full of ulmao and bet, and voice notes where I could hear your smile through the words. You'd send me TikToks, the kind that made you grin before you even hit send, and I'd reply, "Okay, this is peak. You win." I'd send you lo-fi tracks, ones I thought matched your vibe, and you'd text back, "How you know me like this?" I knew you because I was watching, because every smile, every glance, every quiet moment was a piece of you I held close. I fell in your smile, and my heart didn't check if you'd catch me. It just fell, and I let it, thinking we'd always be this way. I'm numb now, or at least I'm trying to be. It's not the gut-wrenching pain of when you left. Not yet. It's this slow, heavy ache, like my heart stuck on a loop, replaying your smile over and over. I keep wondering when it stopped being for me. Was it when your texts got cold? When you stopped looking my way? I'd send you a meme and you'd reply, "Haha." No smile in your words. I'd call and you'd be busy. Your voice flat when you did answer. I felt you fading, but I kept chasing your smile, thinking if I could make you grin again, I could keep you. I was wrong. I type a text, fingers trembling on the screen. "Do you still smile like that? Does it still light up the room?" I stare at it, the words glowing like a confession I'll never make. I imagine your phone buzzing, you half asleep, seeing my name and ignoring it. You wouldn't reply. You haven't in months. I delete it like I always do. It's easier than hoping, easier than knowing your smile belongs to someone else now, or maybe no one, because you're not the you I loved anymore. I think about the last time I saw your smile, not those summer nights, but later, when things were breaking. It was October, at a party I didn't want to be at. You were across the room, smiling at someone new, but it wasn't the same. Less warm, less you. I watched, waiting for you to turn, to share that smile with me like you used to. You didn't. I left early, walked home alone, your playlist in my ears, but even the lo-fi couldn't drown out the absence of your smile. That was when I knew I'd lost it. Lost you. I pull my hoodie closer like it'll hold me together. The lo-fi track shifts, but it's just noise now. No match for the memory of your smile. I wonder if you know how much it meant. How it was my light. My reason. Do you ever think about those nights when your smile was my world? When the quiet was ours? Or was it just another summer for you? Just another friend you've left behind? I hate that I care. I hate that I'm still here, on my floor, chasing the ghost of a smile that's gone. I open my notes app because it's the only place I can be real. I write. Your smile stole me and I fell in the quiet. You were my light. My home. And then you weren't. Now I'm lost in the dark and I don't know how to unlove you. I don't save it. I delete it like everything else. I don't want to feel this. I don't want to miss the way your smile made me whole. But I do. I miss it so much it's like a hole I keep falling into. A light I keep reaching for in the quiet. The clock says 2 a.m. The world's asleep, but I'm still here. Stuck in the dark. Stuck in a summer where your smile was my everything. I tell myself I'm fine. I'm always fine. But the truth is, I'm not. I'm just a kid in a hoodie, heartbroken by a smile I'll never see again, trying to figure out how to live in a world where you're not mine to love anymore. And the worst part? I don't know if I'll ever stop falling for you. Even now, when you're just a memory. We danced in starlight. Forever felt real. It's 2 a.m. and I'm still awake, slumped against my bedroom wall, hoodie twisted around me like it's trying to anchor me to the ground. The lo-fi playlist hums through my earbuds, a gentle track with a synth that feels like it's reaching for something I've lost. My room's a black hole. Fairy lights off, blinds shut, just the fading glow of my phone screen at 7%. Battery warning, screaming like it knows I'm barely holding on. I can't move. Not when all I can think about is those nights we danced in starlight when forever felt real. When you and I were a universe nothing could touch. I'm fine, I tell myself. I'm always fine. But the truth is, I'm not. And the stars we shared are still burning holes in my heart. It was late summer, September probably, when we were at our brightest. When every moment with you felt like it could outshine the sky. We'd been friends since spring, and I'd fallen for your smile over the summer. But this was different. This was us at our peak, when love felt like a promise we didn't need to speak. We'd sneak out to this empty lot, far from the city, where the stars were so clear they seemed to hum. You'd bring that ratty blanket, the one that smelled like weed in your shampoo, and we'd lie there or sometimes stand, swaying to music only we could hear. Those nights felt like forever. Like we'd never fade, like the stars were witnesses to something eternal. I keep thinking about one night, early, September, when we stayed out till the world felt like a dream. You'd texted me that afternoon, "Stars tonight?" And I'd replied, "Duh, you know I'm in." We drove in your junky car, your playlist blasting, some mix of Frank Ocean and lo-fi remixes, only time slipping in like it was meant for us. We parked in the lot, spread the blanket, but we didn't lie down right away. You grabbed my hand, spun me around, said, "Dance with me, no one's watching." I laughed, called you a loser, but I let you. Lead, our feet shuffling in the dirt. Starlight painting us silver. Your smile was wide. Your eyes locked on mine, and I thought, this is it. This is what forever feels like. We ended up on the blanket, side by side, so close I could feel your warmth through my hoodie. We talked about everything. Your dream to live by the ocean, my fear of never being enough. You told me about your dad, how he taught you to find Orion's belt when you were a kid. I told you about my mom, how she'd hummed songs when she thought no one was listening. You turned to me, your face half lit by stars, and said, "We're gonna make it, you and me." Forever, yeah? My heart stopped, but I played it cool. Said, "Bet, you're stuck with me." You laughed, and it was like the stars were singing, like they'd hold us close no matter what came next. I wanted to kiss you, to tell you I loved you, but I didn't. I was too scared to break the magic. Too scared forever wasn't real. Those starlit nights were our ritual. We'd plan them over text. Lot tomorrow? Yep, bring the good playlist. You'd send me pics of the sky before I got there, grainy shots with vibes incoming captioned. I'd reply, stars better be ready for us. But inside, I was counting seconds till I'd see you. Under the stars, we were unstoppable. No phones, no noise, just us and the night. You'd make up stories about the constellations, calling them space drama. And I'd add my own, laughing till my sides hurt. We didn't need to say we were in love. The stars said it for us, their light wrapping us in a promise I thought would last. I open my phone now, even though it's a bad idea. I scroll to our old texts from those September nights when your words were still mine. There's one from September 8th, 10:15 p.m. That spin move was elite. We're basically pros. You sent a blurry pic of us mid-dance, your arm around me, both of us grinning under the stars. I replied, yo, we're out here living a movie. But what I wanted to say was, I love you. Let's stay like this forever. I didn't. I kept it inside, thinking we had all the time in the world, thinking the stars would keep us safe. I'm numb, or at least I'm pretending to be. It's not the soul-shattering pain of when you left. Not yet. It's this quiet, endless ache, like my heart's stuck in that starlight, replaying a forever that wasn't real. I keep wondering when it stopped meaning what it did. Was it when your texts got short? When you stopped wanting to dance? I'd text, stars this weekend? And you'd reply, maybe, I'm slammed. I'd wait, blanket ready, but you wouldn't show. I'd lie there alone, staring at the same stars, feeling like they'd lied to me. You were fading, and I was too busy loving you to see it. I type a text, fingers heavy on the screen. Do you ever think about those starlit nights? When we danced like forever was real? I stare at it, the words glowing like a truth I can't face. I imagine your phone buzzing, you half asleep, seeing my name and swiping it away. You wouldn't reply. You haven't in months. I delete it like I always do. It's easier than hoping, easier than knowing. Those nights meant nothing to you, that the stars were just lights, not our promise. I think about the last time we went out there, not that September night, but later when things were crumbling. It was October and you were different. Quiet, checking your phone instead of the sky. I tried to bring back the vibe, said, "Wanna dance?" You shook your head, said, "Nah, I'm good," and stared at the ground. I lay there, blanket cold, stars too distant, feeling you slip away. I knew then forever was a lie, but I didn't want to believe it. I pull my hoodie tighter like it'll keep me from falling apart. The lo-fi track fades and there's a second of silence before the next one starts. I wonder if you still look at the stars. Do you feel that ache, like I do, for the nights we danced? Or are they just another memory you've let go? I hate that I care. I hate that I'm still here, on my floor, chasing the ghost of a forever that never was. I open my notes app, because it's the only place I can bleed. I write. We danced in starlight and forever felt real. You were my always, my home. And then you weren't. Now the stars are just stars, and I'm alone and I don't know how to let you go. I don't save it. I delete it like everything else. I don't want to feel this. I don't want to miss the way the stars made us infinite. But I do. I miss. It's so much it's like a weight I can't carry. A light I can't reach. The clock says 3 a.m. The world's asleep, but I'm still here. Stuck in the dark, stuck in a September where we danced under the stars. I tell myself I'm fine. I'm always fine. But the truth is, I'm not. I'm just a kid in a hoodie. Heart cracked by a forever that wasn't real. Trying to figure out how to live in a world where you're not mine anymore. And the worst part? I don't know if I'll ever stop dancing with your ghost in The starlight. Your heart grew distant. I felt the fade. It's 3 a.m., and I'm still awake, slumped on my bedroom floor, hoodie knotted around me like it's trying to hold back the ache. The lo-fi playlist hums through my earbuds, a slow track with a synth that feels like it's unraveling, just like we did. My room's a tomb. Fairy lights dead, blinds sealed, only the faint pulse of my phone screen at 4%. Battery warning flashing like it's counting down my heartbeats. I can't move. Not when all I can think about is how your heart grew distant, how I felt the fade, how you slipped away while I was still reaching for you. I'm fine, I tell myself. I'm always fine. But the truth is, I'm not. And your distance is a cold I can't shake, a ghost I can't outrun. It was late fall last year, October or November, when I started losing you. We'd been everything. Late night vibes, summer smiles, starlit dances that felt like forever. I was in love, though I never said it. And I thought you were too, in your own quiet way. But then something shifted, like a song going out of tune. You weren't gone, not yet, but your heart was pulling back, and I felt it in every text, every glance, every silence. Your warmth turned to frost, and I was left chasing a you that was already fading into someone I didn't know. I keep thinking about one night, mid-October, when the fade hit me hard. We were texting, or at least I was trying to keep it alive. I'd sent you a TikTok, one of those vibes-only edits with a lo-fi beat, hoping it'd spark something. Maybe bring back our old rhythm. You replied, "Cool," and that was it. No lamau, no voice note, just a single word that felt like a wall. I stared at my phone, waiting for the 3 dots, refreshing our chat like it'd make you care again. Nothing. I texted, "You good? Been a minute." Hours later, you sent, "Yeah, just swamped." Swamped. That word was your armor, and it cut me deeper than I'd admit because it meant I wasn't worth your time anymore. It wasn't just that night. It was every moment after. Your texts got shorter, like you were rationing your heart. Haha. Instead of, "Yo, I'm dying. This is too good." K instead of bet, "Let's vibe." I'd send you a playlist, tracks I thought might pull you back, and you'd reply, "Nice." No emojis, no, "This is my jam." I'd ask how you were, and it'd be, "Fine." No stories, no spark, just enough to keep me hanging on, but not enough to keep me warm. I'd call, and you'd let it ring, texting later. "Sorry, missed it." I'd scroll through our summer texts when your words were full of life and compare them to the cold fragments you were giving me now. I felt you fading, and I didn't know how to hold on without looking like I was begging. I open my phone now, even though it's a trap. I scroll to our chat, back to those October nights when your heart was already somewhere else. There's one from October 12th, 9:47 p.m. "Yo, you free this weekend?" Stars? I'd sent, desperate for our old vibe. You replied, "IDK, got plans." No. Maybe soon. No. Let's make it work. Just a door closing. I kept texting, kept trying. Saw this track. Thought of you, but your replies were late. Lifeless. X. Cool. I saved everyone like they were pieces of you I could keep, but they were just proof you were drifting away. I'm numb, or at least I'm pretending to be. It's not the soul-crushing agony of when you left. Not yet. It's this slow, sinking chill, like my heart's freezing over with every cane you sent. I keep replaying those months, trying to find where I messed up. Was I too clingy, texting you when you didn't reply? Was I too distant, not calling you out when you pulled away? I'd lie awake, checking my phone, hoping for a gah or a smile emoji, anything to bring you back. But you were fading, your heart growing distant, and I was chasing a ghost I couldn't catch. I type a text, fingers heavy on the screen. Why'd you stop caring? When did I stop mattering? I stare at it, the words glowing like a scream I'll never let out. I imagine your phone buzzing, you half asleep, seeing my name and ignoring it. You wouldn't reply. You didn't then, and you won't now. I delete it like I always do. It's easier than facing the truth, easier than knowing you chose to fade, that your distance was your way of leaving without saying it. I think about the last time we hung out. Not those texting nights, but in person when your heart was already gone. It was November, at a diner with flickering lights and greasy fries. You were late? Said you were caught up. I nodded, smiled, pretended it didn't sting. We sat there, but you were scrolling your phone, laughing at something I couldn't see. I tried to bring up our old vibes. Remember the stars? You shrugged, said, "Yeah, that was dope," and looked away. I sipped my soda, throat tight, thinking, this is what losing you feels like. You were right there, but you were distant, a stranger in your hoodie, leaving me to mourn someone who is still, sitting across from me. I pull my hoodie strings tight, like I can shut out the cold you left. The lo-fi track shifts, but it's just static now. No match for the chill of your fade. I wonder if you knew how much it hurt, how every cool and busy was a knife in my chest. Do you ever think about those nights when your heart was still mine, when we danced under the stars? Or are they just noise to you? Just another chat you've muted? I hate that I care. I hate that I'm still here, on my floor, dissecting a fade I couldn't stop. I open my notes app because it's the only place I can breathe. I write, your heart grew distant and I felt the fade. You were my warmth, my home. And then you were a stranger. Now I'm frozen in your silence and I don't know how to stop loving you. I don't save it. I delete it like everything else. I don't want to feel this. I don't want to miss the you who was my everything. But I do. I miss you so much it's like a frost. I can't thaw, a fade I can't undo. The clock says 4 a.m. The world's asleep, but I'm still here, stuck in the dark, stuck in a fall where your heart slipped away. I tell myself I'm fine. I'm always fine. But the truth is, I'm not. I'm just a kid in a hoodie, heart chilled by a distance I couldn't bridge, trying to figure out how to live in a world where you're not mine anymore. And the worst part? I don't know if I'll ever stop feeling your fade, even when you're just a memory. You walked away. My world broke at dawn. It's 4 a.m., and I'm still awake, curled into a ball on my bedroom floor, hoodie soaked with sweat and something that might be tears, but I'm not owning that. The lo-fi playlist died when my earbuds ran dry, so it's just silence now, thick and suffocating, pressing against my chest like a weight I can't lift. My room's a wasteland. Blinds shut, fairy lights forgotten, the air heavy with regret and the faint smell of spilled energy drinks. My phone's dead, tossed somewhere in the dark, but I don't need it to feel the hole you left. You walked away without a word, and my world broke at dawn, and I'm still here, sifting through the wreckage of a forever you promised. I'm fine, I tell myself. I'm always fine. But the truth is, I'm not, and the dawn that shattered me is still bleeding in my soul. It was winter, January, or February when you vanished. We'd been unraveling for months. Your text cold, your smile gone, our starlit nights just echoes. I couldn't let go. I was still holding on, sending, "You good?" texts, dropping memes to spark something, anything to bring you back. But then, one night, it all collapsed. I was up like always, scrolling our chat, clinging to your last K from days ago when I saw it. You'd unfollowed me on Insta, erased me from Snap, Twitter, even your Spotify. No warning, no fight, no, we're done. Just gone. It was 3 a.m. and I sat there, phone trembling in my hands, refreshing your profile, praying it was a glitch. It wasn't. By dawn, when the sky turned cold and gray, my world was in ruins, broken by your silence. I stayed up that night till the light clawed through my blinds, staring at a screen that wouldn't glow with your name. I typed a dozen texts. What did I do? Why'd you leave? Please, just say something. I deleted them all because what was the point? You didn't owe me a goodbye, but God, I wanted one. I needed you to say, it's over, or even, you're not enough. Anything but this. Void. This nothing where your words used to be. I checked your stories, your mutuals, desperate for a trace of you. But you were a ghost, and I was left chasing a shadow that didn't exist. Dawn came, harsh and unyielding, and it was like the world was mocking me, laughing at the kid who believed in forever. I'm numb now. Or at least I'm trying to be. It's not the jagged, tearing pain of that dawn anymore. It's this deep, hollow ache, like my world's been gutted and left to rot. I keep replaying, that night, over and over, searching for the second you decided I wasn't worth a word. Was it something I said? Something I didn't say? I'd been texting less, scared of pushing you further, but maybe that was the mistake. Maybe I was too much or too little or just invisible. I'd lie there, phone clutched tight, waiting for a notification, a sign you still saw me. But you walked away, and the dawn just sealed it, like a grave I couldn't crawl out of. I grab my dead phone, even though it's pointless, and hold it like it's the last piece of you. I can still see our last texts in my mind from that week in January when you were already a stranger. I'd sent, "Miss our nights. You free soon?" You replied, "EDK. Busy." I held on to that, EDK, built a whole hope around it, but it was just a lie you told to slip away. I kept texting, kept trying, until you cut me off without a sound. I felt it, that dawn, like a crack splitting me in two, dividing my life into before you left, when I was alive, and after, when I was just fragments. I'm not crying, not anymore. I did that night, hard, the kind of crying that leaves you empty, like you've spilled everything you are. Now it's just this fog, this numbness that swallows me when I think of you. I keep thinking about the you I knew, the you who vibed with me at midnight, who smiled like it was just for me, who danced under the stars. That you is my world. This you, the one who walked away without words, is a phantom, a shadow I can't grasp. I don't know which one's real, or if I ever knew you at all. I think about the last time I saw you, a week before you ghosted at a party I didn't want to go to. You were there, across the room, laughing with people I didn't know, your eyes never finding mine. I watched, waiting for you to wave, to be the you I loved. You didn't. I left early, walked home in the cold, your playlist in my ears. Only time taunting me with its false hope. That was when I knew you were gone, even if I didn't want to admit it. By dawn that next week, you'd made it real, walking away and breaking my world with your silence. I pull my hoodie over my face like I can hide from the truth. The silence is louder than any lo-fi track, heavier than my own pulse. I wonder if you ever think about that night. About me. About the dawn that broke me. Do you know you destroyed me? Do you care? Or am I just a deleted DM, a story you skip? I hate that I care. I hate that I'm still here on my floor picking apart a goodbye you never gave. I imagine texting you now, even though my phone's dead, even though you wouldn't answer. Why didn't you say anything? Why'd you break me like that? My fingers trace the words in the air, a message I'll never send. I picture your phone buzzing, you glancing at it, maybe pausing. But you wouldn't reply. You chose silence then, and you'd choose it now. I let the words dissolve, let them sink into the dark. It's easier than hoping, easier than believing you'd ever care again. I open my notes app in my head because it's all I've got left. I write, "You walked away, and my world broke at dawn. You were my forever, my home, and then you were nothing. Now I'm just a kid in the ruins, trying to find myself in your silence." I don't type it. I don't need to. It's already in me, raw and jagged, cutting every time I breathe. I don't want to feel this emptiness, this dawn, this you that's gone. I don't want to miss the you who was my world. But I do. I miss you. So much it's like a scream I can't let out. A wound I can't heal. The clock says 5 a.m. The world's stirring, but I'm still here. Stuck in the dark, stuck in a dawn that tore me apart. I tell myself I'm fine. I'm always fine. But the truth is, I'm not. I'm just a kid in a hoodie. World shattered by a goodbye you never gave, trying to figure out how to breathe in a world where you're gone. And the silence is all that's left. I found my pieces. Lo-fi held me close. It's 5 a.m., and I'm still awake, sitting cross-legged on my bedroom floor. Hoodie loose around me like it's learning to let me breathe. The lo-fi playlist hums through a cracked speaker I found under my bed. A soft track with a gentle beat that feels like it's cradling what's left of me. My room's caught in the pale glow of early morning. Blinds cracked just enough to let in slivers of light. Fairy lights still off but no longer buried. My phone's charging on my nightstand, screen dim, notifications muted because I'm done with the noise. I'm thinking about how I found my pieces, how lo-fi held me close after you walked away and broke my world. I'm fine, I tell myself. I'm getting there. But the truth is, I'm still fragile, still sewing myself back together with every beat, every quiet night. It was spring, March or April, a few months after you ghosted me into pieces. That dawn in winter, when you erased me without a word, had left me scattered. My heart a mess of shards I didn't know how to touch. I spent weeks drowning, checking your empty profiles, waiting for a text that never came. But I got tired of breaking, tired of being the kid who loved you more than myself. So I turned to lo-fi. Not your playlists, not our shared vibes, but my own. I made a playlist. Breathe Again. Full of chill beats, Joji and MemXM tune. No only time, no traces of you. It was my thread, my needle, the way I started stitching my pieces back. One song at a time. I keep thinking about those nights, early April maybe, when I'd sit here. Same floor, same hoodie, letting the music wrap around me like a hug I didn't know I needed. I'd light a candle, one of those dollar store ones that smelled like fake vanilla, and play my playlist till the world felt less sharp. It wasn't about erasing you. It was about finding me. The me I was before your midnight talks, before your smile, before your stars. I'd listen to I Don't Want to Waste My Time by Joji and feel my chest loosen, like I was remembering how to exist. I'd write in my notes app, not about you, but about me. I like the way rain feels on my skin. I want to write poetry again. I'm scared I'll always be a little broken. They were clumsy stitches, but they held, pulling my edges closer with every line. I stopped checking your socials back then because I had to. Every glimpse of your name, even in a mutual story, was like tearing open a seam. So I blocked you, deleted our chat, history, buried your voice notes in a folder I never opened. It hurt, like ripping off a scab, but it was the only way to heal. I'd mute my notifications, turn on Breathe Again, and let the lo-fi beats drown out the urge to look back. Some nights I'd hover over your profile, heart racing, but I'd close the app, light my candle, and keep stitching. It wasn't easy, but it was mine. My music, my nights, my slow climb back to me. I'm not whole, not yet, but I'm closer than I was. The numbness is still there, a whisper that creeps in when the morning's too still, but it's not all I am anymore. I started small, scribbling poems in a notebook, just words that felt true. I went to the park alone, sat on a bench, and didn't think about you for a whole afternoon. I even laughed at a TikTok last week. A real laugh, not the kind I faked to get through the day. They're tiny steps, but they feel like miracles after months of feeling like a shadow, like someone you left behind without a glance. I think about one night, late March, when I felt my pieces start to hold. I was on my floor, candle flickering, Summer or Spring, by Joji playing low and warm. For once, it didn't make me ache for you. It made me think of me, my quirks, my hopes, the way I smile when I'm nervous. I wrote in my notes app, "I'm still here, and that's enough for now." I didn't delete it. I read it the next morning, and it felt real. That was the night I knew I could do this. Could find my pieces without you. Could be someone, even if it's not the me you knew. I don't text you anymore, not even in my head. I used to every night. I'm okay, you know? Wish you could see me now. I'd type them out, let them sit, then delete them before they could hurt. Now I don't need to. I don't need your reply, your validation, your anything. I'm not saying it doesn't sting. It does. When a lo-fi beat brushes too close to our old nights, when I see a star and hear your voice. But I've got my playlist now, my candle, my stitches, and they're enough to carry me forward. I think about the last time I almost reached out back in early April before I blocked you. I'd typed, "Hey, you ever think about us?" My hands were shaking, hoping for a sliver of you. I didn't send it. I played Breathe Again. Instead, let Pretty Boy by Joji pull me back to myself. I deleted your contact that night, not out of anger, but because I deserved to move on. I haven't looked back since. Not really, though your ghost still lingers, in the quiet moments, in the songs I skip. I pull my hoodie sleeves over my hands, the fabric worn soft from nights like this. The lo-fi track switches, a gentle beat that feels like a quiet nod from the universe. I wonder if you're okay, wherever you are. I don't hate you. I don't think I could. You were my vibe, my smile, my stars, until you weren't. I wish you'd said goodbye, but I'm done chasing your silence. I've got my own music now, my own pieces, stitched together with lo-fi and late nights, even if the seams are rough. I open my notes app for real this time. The phones glow sharp against the morning haze. I write. I found my pieces, and lo-fi held me close. You broke me, but I'm rebuilding, and it's mine. These nights are my home, where I'm learning to be me. I save it. Let it stay. A quiet truth. I don't need to delete it. I'm not hiding from myself anymore. I'm not healed, but I'm healing. One beat, one stitch, one morning at a time. The clock says 6 a.m. The world's waking up, but I'm still here, in my lo-fi cocoon, feeling my heartbeat with my own rhythm. I tell myself I'm fine, and it's closer to true than it's ever been. I'm just a kid in a hoodie, stitching myself back together, learning to live in a world where you're not my everything anymore. And the best part? I'm doing it for me. New light, new love. I'm whole again. It's 6 a.m., and I'm awake. Actually awake, sitting on my bed with my hoodie swapped for a loose t-shirt, windows open to let in the soft morning air. The lo-fi playlist hums through my speaker, a bright track with gentle vocals and a beat that feels like a fresh start. My room's alive now. Fairy lights plugged back in, flickering like they're cheering me on. A half-drunk iced coffee on my nightstand. My phone's alive too. Screen glowing with a new chat I didn't mute. A thread that feels like hope instead of hurt. I'm thinking about how new light found me. How new love made me whole again, after you walked away and left me in pieces. I'm fine, I tell myself. And for once it's true, because someone new saw my spark, and I'm finally me again. It was late spring, May or June, a few months after I started stitching myself back with lo-fi nights. You'd been gone since winter. You're ghosting a scar I'd learned to carry, but I was still tender. Still, wary of letting anyone close. I'd found my pieces, built a quiet strength in my music and solitude, but then I met them. Not a replacement for you. Not a do-over. Just someone new. Someone whose laugh didn't echo your absence, whose eyes lit up like they saw something worth seeing in me. It was a random Tuesday, at a vinyl shop downtown when their vibe caught mine and a new light started to glow. I was there, flipping through old records, my playlist in my earbuds, losing myself in the hum of Lo-fi beats. They were next to me, pulling out a worn copy of Rumors by Fleetwood Mac, and they grinned, said, "Yo, you into classics or just browsing?" I laughed. Real laughter, the kind I hadn't felt since before you broke me. "More like browsing, but that's a vibe," I said. We talked for an hour. About music, about dreams, about the way summer feels like it's holding its breath. They didn't know you, didn't know the cracks you left, but they saw me. The me I'd been rebuilding, and it was like they flipped a switch, letting light into places I thought were dark forever. We swapped numbers, and it wasn't like with you. No instant 2 a.m. texts, no rushing into a safe space. It was slow, steady, like a song building to its chorus. They'd text me. "Found this track? You gotta hear it." With a link to some indie banger, and I'd reply, "Okay, this slaps. What else you got?" We'd hang out. Record stores, late-night taco runs, park benches under blooming trees. And they'd listen when I talked about my sketches, my fears, my quiet hopes. One night, in June, we were at their place, sprawled on a beanbag, watching a dumb rom-com on their laptop. They paused it, looked at me, and said, "You've got this glow. Like you're coming back to life." I froze. Not because it was heavy, but because it was true and they saw it before I did. I check my phone now, and there's a text from them. "Yo, new coffee spot opened. You down tomorrow?" I smile, a real one, and type back, "Bet. Better have good iced lattes." I hit send. No hesitation, no deleting. It's different with them. No chasing, no wondering if I'm enough. They text like they want to, like I'm someone worth knowing. It's not you, and it doesn't need to be. It's better because it's real, and it's mine. I don't check your socials anymore. Don't need to. I've got new messages, new vibes, new light that doesn't burn. I'm not saying I'm fully mended. There are still nights when a lo-fi beat hits too close to our starlit dances, when I hear "Only Time" and feel a faint sting. But it's softer now, a scar that's faded, not a wound that bleeds. I've been finding myself in these new moments, in their laugh, which is warm and new. In the way they send me playlists with "Thought you'd vibe with this." Notes, in the way they don't push when I'm quiet. Last week, we sat by a lake, skipping stones, and I told them about my fear of losing myself again. They didn't fix it, just said, "You're you, and that's more than enough." I believed them, and it felt like stepping into a version of me I'd forgotten. I think about you sometimes, not with anger or longing, just distance. I hope you're okay, wherever you are. I hope you found what you were running toward when you ghosted me. I don't hate you. You were my vibe, my smile, my stars, until you weren't. But I'm done carrying your silence. I've got new light now, kindled by someone who sees me for me, not for who I was with you. I'm not the kid I was at dawn, shattered and lost. I'm someone new, someone who's learning to love the quiet, to love myself, to love the way life feels when it's not about you. I open my notes app because it's still my safe place. Place, even now. I write, "New light, new love, and I'm whole again. You left me broken, but I'm shining now, and it's mine." These moments are my home where I'm free to be me. I save it, let it stay. A quiet truth. I don't need to delete it. I'm not hiding from what I'm becoming. I'm not perfect, but I'm here. And that's enough. My phone buzzes again. Another text from them. "Playlist's ready. You free tonight?" I grin, type back, "Yep, let's vibe." I set the phone down, lean back on my bed, let the lo-fi fill the room. The fairy lights glow. The morning air smells like possibility, and for the first time in forever, I feel whole. Not the whole I was with you, but a new whole, one I've built myself. I tell myself I'm fine, and this time it's real. I'm just a kid in a t-shirt, heart stitched and glowing, finding peace in new, love and lo-fi mornings, ready to live for me again. The clock says 7 a.m. The world's alive, and so am I in my lo-fi bubble, feeling the warmth of my own light. I'm not chasing your ghost anymore. I'm chasing me, and it feels like freedom.